Hello guys, welcome back to the Bookla channel. Today I will be going over email notifications plugin. This plugin will allow you to automate the communications between the booking system, the customers and the staff. I will teach you how to create a very basic confirmation email. Then I am going to cover different booking events such as rescheduling, cancellation, subscriptions, etc. At some point, we'll go over conditional logic, so you can have very dynamic templates that will adapt to different situations. With the help of metadata, I will gather further information from the booking and share it with the staff, such as special requirements, shoe size, preferred language, allergies, expertise level, you name it. And finally, so you can see how powerful Bookla really is, I will merge metadata and conditional logic and create some kind of super duper dynamic email. And then I will stop there, otherwise this email can become alive. That was a joke. If you're ready to become an expert on email notifications, let's begin. To install the plugin, the first thing you need is a company on Bookla's platform. And then to test it, you need at least one service and one resource. Today we're using three different services: blind yoga, meditation, and traditional yoga. And our three resources are Karen, Alex, and Mia. We also have two different inboxes, one for customers and one for staff members. Finally, we have this nice website we built using a free template from Framer, so we could integrate our booking components on the booking page. You will find all three of them here, and additionally, you will see our subscription component. To enable this component, you need to install the subscriptions plugin and at least one payment plugin. Today, we're testing it with Stripe Sandbox, which is very user-friendly. If you don't have a website or you don't have an app, don't worry. You can go into component.bookla.com and click on our styler app. Here, by filling out this data on the left, you will have a fully working component for testing purposes. We today are also going to be visiting the Bookla documentation page that you can access through the styler app or by typing docs.bookla.com. Here on this page, you'll find a lot of very nice info. So we're gonna click on Start Guide, Plugins, and we're gonna go to the one we're working with today, Email Notifications, and then we'll see two different pages. On the first page, there is a lot of basic information such as template variables, very important to build templates with variables, which are just words that will be replaced with real booking data whenever the email is sent. And then we'll find a few template examples. On the text templating engine is where things become interesting. We have a nice interactive template preview, which we can fully customize. For example, let's go ahead and replace this John Doe with real data. Felix. And save. Now we have Dear Felix Perez. But if we want to make it more formal, we can just replace the first name and Dear with Hello, Mr. Hello, Mr. Perez. And if we want to make it super friendly and informal, we can just say, get rid of the last name and say, Hello, Felix. Hello. Now, we will also find very nice things about conditional logic, which we'll be covering today. And additionally, metadata, which is a way in which we can extract more information from our bookings. So this piece of information is very valuable and it will help you and guide you along the way. Now, with all this said, let's go ahead and install the plugin. Back on the Bookla platform, the first thing we need to do is go to Plugins, add Plugins, and then look for the one we're looking for today, Email Notifications. We click on Add, we confirm, successfully updated enable plugin. So that means that we should have it here. There it is, email notifications plugin. Here on this window we find merchants, clients, settings, and create template. Merchants and clients is just placeholders for the different templates. Settings allows to add a reply to email. So let's do that right now. And now we can go ahead and create our first template. We click on create templates and then we need to choose, will it be for merchant or client? For this example, let's use client. Then the event type is the booking event that will trigger this email. So let's keep booking confirm for now. On the next line, we can modify the subject line to this template, thus modifying the subject line to all the emails. So let's say, thanks for booking with us, just for testing purposes. And then we have different variables. But if we didn't use any of these variables, we could also make a very simple email. Hello, thanks for booking a yoga class at yoga studio. Kind regards. And then we can have an email as simple as this. Let's create and test. Where is the email? Here under clients template. So now let's go ahead and test this first email. We come back to our website and let's book a class for tomorrow 8 a.m. and we need to add our booking details. Amazing, you're all set. See you soon. Nice. Did I get any emails? Let's see. There it is. We have the first email. Thanks for booking with us. The subject line we pick. And then it says, hello, thanks for booking a yoga class at Yoga Studio, kind regards. Very boring, very simple, very generic. But we can also do this. Now let's go ahead and customize this email using variables. What about the people that is providing the service? Did they get any notification? On the merchant's email, there is no emails yet. So we also need to set up an email for the staff members or business owners for them to be aware every time somebody makes a booking. Back to the Bookla platform, let's first make another nice email for the customers. Create template, clients, booking confirm. Now let's start using some variables. Hello, and we're just gonna copy paste the client's first name. So far it says, hello Felix, thanks for booking, and the name of the service. Nice. And then we can get rid of this name and say, please find the booking details below. And then we have booking details, service, and then the variable for service. Resource, which is the instructor or yoga master, and then it has the variable for resource. Let's replace resource with yoga master. Make it more professional, more joy. The start date, and then the start time and the end time. We are excited to see you soon. Much better email, right? Create template. Now we can create our merchants or staff member template. We're going to choose merchant, booking event or booking type the same. And then for resources, we can either choose one resource to limit this template to that specific one or just leave unselected to choose all of them. For now, we're going to choose all of them. For recipients, we need to add an email because unlike our customers, they don't add the email at the moment of the booking. So we add our staff members' email. For the subject, we're gonna customize it also. So it says new booking confirmed and then the start date. I also like to add the service that will be provided so they can be ready. For, and then service name. And then we can also customize it. We can say, hello, and the name of the resource to make it more humane or more friendly or keep a nice relationship with the workers. Hello, Alex. New booking confirmation and then start date for the service. So that way he can look at the notification and already be prepared. And then let's leave the body of the email like this and add, please be ready. Let's go ahead and test. Back to our website. And we're gonna make some bookings. Traditional yoga, tomorrow. Make booking. Amazing, you're all set. Let's see. First, we have an email here on the merchant's email. Hello, Mia Patel. New booking confirmation, Friday 27th for traditional yoga. Mia already can be prepared for this booking. And then we have all the details. We have also the booking ID for her to make sure. And then it says, please be ready. Exactly how we want it. What about our customer? Did she get an email? Yes, he got the second email because we didn't turn off the client's email. So we have two of them. And then he had the latest one. So this one says same thing as the first one. And the new one says, hello Felix, thanks for booking traditional yoga. Please find booking details below. And then it says, we're excited to see you soon. So as you can see, very important also to turn off or disable the ones we're not using. We can also delete those. Now, for a more advanced email, we're gonna allow our customers to make amendments to their booking so they can cancel or modify their booking using a managed URL. But before we do that, we need to enable the booking rules plugin. So I will show you how to do that. We go to plugins, we find the one we need, which is booking rules, and we click on add. We confirm, and we have it right here, booking rules. On this panel, we need to add two things, new cancellation rule and new rescheduling rule. So let's add a cancellation rule. We can call it cancellation policy. For priority, don't be concerned right now since we're only adding one. Then for services, again, if you need to limit this rule to just one service, you can choose it. Or if we leave it empty, it will apply to all of them. Now, periods. How long before the booking starts can we cancel this booking? And then how much money are we gonna get back when we do so? Let's say 12 hours. Let's be very flexible. And then you will get 85%. We can add another rule that if there is only 6 hours left for the event, you will get 50%, for example. And then anything in between 12 and 6 will apply to the 50%, and anything before 12 will apply to the 85%. Let's create. Nice. Now we need to add rescheduling rules. We can call it rescheduling policy, priority 0, services unselected for now, and then we can allow rescheduling for 24 hours before the event, since we're not losing any money yet. And there is no further addition because there is no partial booking. Let's create. Finally, we need to add some contact details for people to be able to reach us if needed. Email, a phone number, and finally a comment. Working hours. Working hours Monday through Saturday from 10 to 16. Create. Successfully. So we finally customize our booking rules. Now we can go ahead and test this. But before we do that, we also need a service that requires prepayment. So there is some payment to refund and fully test this feature. Let's go to services. And then let's make meditation a paying service by going to settings, and then we can say needs prepayment, and then we save, and that's all. Let's go ahead and test all of these things. Back to the page, book a class, and then we'll modify meditation. Let's book some meditation for tomorrow at 10 a.m. Continue. Booking details. And make the booking. Okay, we need to pay. Every time you're using Stripe Sandbox, this card number will always work. Oops. 4242. And then just a date which is higher than today. And then any 3 numbers. Make payment. Let's see, did it work? So we have a new booking for the staff. Hello, Karen Smith. And then we should have one email for the client. But there's still not managed URL. Let's go ahead and add that since we have our payment and booking that requires payment fully working. Back to Bookla, we go to email notifications. And let's create a template for clients. Booking confirm. Your booking, let's modify this to hello, the name of the customer. And then let's give them the power. Let's leave the body of the email like this, so it has all the details. And let's say, you need to make sure this to booking. Please click here. Where? Look at this. We're gonna add bracket, dot. The dot is very important. Manage capital U, RL, and then we close the bracket. We can also add another URL, for example, for address. If you get lost, find us here. So let's go to maps, and then we can pick this very nice address of this museum and put it back into our email. Now, let's test. Before we test, did we turn off the other email? No, we did not. So we were about to get 2 emails. So let's disable this one, and now let's go and test. Okay, back to meditation, since it's the one we enable for payments. and make booking. Back to payment page. Amazing, you're all set. Are we all set? Let's see. Did our merchant get the first email or third email, I mean? They did. Hello, Alex Turner, new booking confirmation. Good. And then please be ready. What about our email? Did we get another more powerful email? Seems like we did. Dear Felix, your booking has been confirmed. And then it says, if you need to make changes to your booking, please click here. Also, if you get lost, you can find us here. Where? So as you can see, the address link from Google Maps fully working. And what about this link? Booking details. You can cancel this booking 85% refund. 85% refund. So that means that we have more than 12 hours, but less than 24 because we cannot reschedule any booking. Now, if we do a booking further ahead in time, will we get the ability to reschedule? Let's see. So we need to make sure that we're choosing a date very far into the future, at least more than 24 hours. And let's repeat the process. Amazing, you're all set. So now we should have again another staff member email and another confirmation email with another managed URL. But this time it should give us the option to reschedule the booking. And we can still cancel the booking for 85% refund. So let's go ahead and cancel the booking. You will receive 85% refund. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Nothing I can do. Cancel. So now that the booking is canceled, did the staff receive an email? We have the confirmation email from before. And what about myself? Do I have another email that says that we cancel our booking? Do I have any proof that I'm getting 85% back? Nobody knows I canceled this booking because we did not set this template yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Back to the Bookla platform, create template. First of all, for merchant, we need to let them know when somebody cancels the booking. Booking canceled. And then, hey, name of the resource. And we are going to say someone canceled a booking. A booking has been canceled, and then we are going to leave the details there with all the variables, but we are going to say, please contact the customer and try to reschedule. Create template. Oh, we forgot the recipient. Very important. Every time we create one email for merchants, we need to add one or multiple recipients. We can add more than one. Create. And now let's create one for a client. Booking canceled. Oh, this is for clients. For clients, booking canceled. We are sorry you had to cancel your booking. And then, dear Felix, you canceled following booking. If it was a mistake, please contact us. Booking details. We hope to see you in the near future. Kind regards. And then we create a template and let's go and test. So back to the booking page and back to meditation. Let's choose the 31st at 8 a.m. Continue. Payment page. Amazing, you're all set. Back to the email. There it is, the usual confirmation email for the staff member. And then we have the usual email for us right here with the map URL and the manage URL. This time we can reschedule the booking and we can cancel the booking, same conditions. So let's go ahead and cancel this booking. Sorry. Do not go. Cancel the booking. And then we can see that we have a refund pending for 34 euros, 85% of 40. Did we get any cancellation email this time? Yes, we did. Hey, Mia Patel, someone canceled a booking. A booking has been canceled with all the booking details instead of the variables, and then it says, please contact the customer and try to reschedule. Yes, let's do that. Sounds like a plan. And then on the customer's email, we have, we are sorry you had to cancel your booking. You canceled the following booking. If it was a mistake, please contact us. We hope to see you in the near future. Kind regards. We have a very nice cancellation email. Now let's cover another type of email. Let's do booking pending. Because yes, we can have a booking that is pending. Back to the Bookla platforms, first we need to set a service that requires prior confirmation. Let's keep meditation and just change prepayment for needs confirmation. We save, and then we can go and create the template. Create template. This time we're gonna make one for booking pending. We're gonna type our merchant's email, which we have here, and then we're gonna modify the subject line. Hello, hello's name of our resource. There is a booking. In the details below, please confirm ASAP. We need them to confirm quickly and all the different booking details. Let's go ahead and create this template. Now let's make one for the customer so he can know that he needs to await for this confirmation. Client, event type, booking pending, and let's say, hello, we are about to confirm your booking for, and then the name of the service. We can also add the name of the customer. Nice, very nice subject line, a little long, but it's fine. And here we're going to say, dear, name of the customer, you just booked, name of the service. In a few minutes, name of the resource. It's gonna be a nice one. In a few minutes, name of the resource. We'll confirm and you will receive a confirmation email. Not that. A confirmation email. And then we can get rid of the rest. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience. Looks okay to me. Let's create. And now let's go and test. Back to the booking page. Let's go for our usual meditation of every Sunday. Let's book at 10 a.m. At least this time we don't need to make any payments. Your booking needs confirmation. So what happened here on the inboxes? Oh, there's one new email. Hello, Alex Turner. There is a pending booking. Find the details below and please confirm ASAP. Okay, very urgently. And then we have all the details thanks to the variables. On our customer's email, we have, hello Felix, we are about to confirm your booking. Your booking for meditation. Dear Felix, you just booked meditation. In a few minutes, Alex Turner will confirm and you will receive a confirmation email. Thanks for your patience. Very nice. Now let's go and confirm to see what happens. There it is, meditation, and then it needs to be confirmed. So now when we confirm this email, we should receive a confirmation email. But is it true? Hey Alex, a new booking confirmation. So Alex knows that the booking is confirmed. And I also know that the booking is confirmed. And I also can edit the details. Since this time we are not paying anything, there is not percentage to be refunded. But there is the option to reschedule or cancel this booking. Very nice. Coming back to the Bookla panel, you see that we have the ability to modify some bookings. For example, I could just change the date of this booking, for example, or I could just modify some other aspect of it. Let's go ahead and make it for 4. Update this booking. Update. And now, do they know? Do I know? So what happens when we update a booking such as an event, a marathon, or some concert that will begin a little later? We need to let people know. So let's take care also of this booking event. Coming back to Bookla, back to the plugins, we will create a template for merchant under the event booking edited. And now we're going to add our merchant's email. And for the merchant, we will leave it like that. So booking edited, merchant, create template. But for the customer, we need to make it a little nicer than that. Booking edited, and then we can say, hey, customer's first name. By the way, we can use other variables besides customer's first name. We can come back here to the Bookla documentation and just grab this last name so we can also put it into the email. We can use more variables, as you can see. Hey Felix Perez, we got news. The following booking has been updated. Please take your precautions. And then we don't need to say this. And then we can say, we are sorry or sorry for the trouble. Very good. Okay, so let's give it a try. Create template. Now, every time we modify a booking, both customers and merchant, customer and merchant should receive an email. So let's go to bookings and find a booking for meditation or traditional yoga, and then modify this booking here. So let's go ahead and replace, instead of the 27, for the 8 a.m. because this is the only time we have available and it's a one-time event, and the customer can either accept or call us and cancel the booking. Update booking. Update. There it is. We updated the booking. There is a new email for the staff. Booking update, and then all the details. What about the customer? Hey Felix, we got news. The following booking has been updated. Please take your precautions. And then it says booking details, and then the new time and date that we chose. We are sorry for the trouble. This can happen in one-time events like a hike through the mountains. So sometimes the bus cannot leave at 10 because of some political event, and then it needs to leave at 11:30. So we can use this edit booking email. Now we cover almost all of the different events. Let's go ahead and test subscriptions. Before that, let's create our subscription email template. Booking event, subscription, recipient. And for the staff, let's leave it like that. And we will edit the one for the client. Client, subscription, welcome to the family. Now, dear, let's make it formal this time, Mr. and let's use the last name instead of the first name. Dear Mr. Perez, just got all our services. Find such details below. Subscription details. See you soon. And create template. Now let's go ahead and test our subscriptions. We come back to our page and we're going to buy a subscription. One more time to pay. Okay, amazing, you're all set. Technically, we should be getting our emails. There they are. New subscription purchase, monthly subscription, Yoga Studio. And then we have the details of the customer. We have our email, and then we have all the details of the subscription, including the subscription ID and the contract ID. On the other hand, for our customer, we have welcome to the family. Dear Mr. Perez instead of Felix, because we use the last name variable. And then we have you just got a subscription to all our services. Find such details below. See you soon. Amazing. We have tested subscriptions. Now, before we go deep into conditional logic and metadata, let's go ahead and add a few more things to these emails. One of them will be QR codes, and then we can also add an image to the subscriptions. So let's go ahead and do that. Back to Bookla platform, create template, and then client. Confirmation email, then let's just call it testing the QR code capabilities. And then we will enable the attach a QR code. This QR code will work, for example, when the merchant needs to scan the booking to quickly make sure that it's a real booking, such as in the case of a concert when a lot of people is coming through the door and you need to verify this. Create template. And let's disable the other confirmation booking and then just test the latest one we just made. One more booking to test. Traditional yoga will be good at 8 a.m. New booking confirmation, this time with QR code. Let's see. Your booking confirmation, testing the QR code capabilities. And then we have this QR code. What do we do with this QR code? We can scan it using a device and then access the booking straight up. Let me show you. Alright guys, here we are to test the QR code. The first thing we do is go into bookings here on the left, and then on the top we're gonna click on scan QR code. I'm doing it from the Mac, as you can see. Now I can see you all. No, I'm kidding, I cannot see you still, but what you can see is this nice QR code I have down here, and as soon as I put it into this magic box, it's gonna take you to the booking. You see? So nice, we can even do it twice. Again, scan QR code, booking inside the box. There you go. That's simple. Now let's try it on the mobile device. Okay, we're here on the screen of our mobile device. How do we get to bookings from here? So we go here. On the top left, there's these 3 lines, and then just clicking there, you will see bookings. And then clicking on the top right, next to the 3 dots, we'll find the QR code scanner. So get ready for this. Boom, straight up to the booking. Now let's continue with the video. Now that you know how to add QR codes to the emails, let me show you how to add PDF files to the subscription emails. It's very simple. Back on Bookla platform, we go this time to the subscriptions plugin. And we, on the subscription, scroll all the way to the right. And here on Add Design, we're gonna have this panel in which we can upload a PDF template. So I already have one pre-made for this occasion. And why you see these empty templates here, code and date? Because we can add those fields to our design. We can actually put them in there, and we can put the other one too. And don't worry, we can customize them a little. So let's go ahead and change the size to 30 pixels on both. And then we can show mock values, so we can see how it's coming along. And then we can center this here and also this here. Maybe we can match the color to the same of the design, just to be a little more precise, right? There we go. Now, don't forget to save the template. And with the template saved, let's go and test. One more subscription. Okay, we have it. Let's see, what about our emails? What is our merchant's email? There it is. One new email. And then what about my email, which is the one I am concerned with? One more email. And this time, look at this. We had our new Yoga Studio Pass. And we have the code and the date. So very nice. There you have it. You can add QR codes and PDF files to both email confirmations and subscription emails. Now let's get more complex into these emails. For the next level, we're going to need this information over here, which is the service ID. We can copy just by clicking these little square buttons, and then we need each one of them for the conditions to recognize which service we're talking. We also need the resources ID, just so we can play around with those. I already gathered all of them here. The second thing I will be using is the Bookla documentation, specifically the text templating engine page. Why? Because there's a lot of very nice use cases here that if you don't know conditional logic, you can just copy one of the examples and customize it piece by piece to your needs. This is what we're doing today. So we have a nice notepad email builder and some cheat codes from Bookla documentation. So a condition is just that, a condition. If equals to, then this text will appear. If and occur, then this text will appear. Else, if nothing of this happened, then this should happen. So this is what we're working with right now. If resource Bob the Barber doesn't apply to us, but we can replace this with if resource ID, because it's what we have, remember, capital I, and then if resource ID, which is Alex Turner, we replace that with Alex Turner. If Alex is the resource, then we can say, by the way, Alex has a world record on yoga meditation, if that exists. He meditated the longest ever. Nice to know, right? But then, what if you choose another resource? We have else. So additionally, if equals to resource Alice stylist, we don't have Alice, we have Karen. So let's replace this with ID, resource ID, and then just add Karen's ID. So if Karen is your master, then we can say something nice about Karen. So this might encourage people to continue to book other people or the same people. By the way, Karen is the best at, and then we say, you know what? We can use a conditional here. We can say bracket dot service bracket, because we want to say that she is the best at whatever you're booking. Maybe she really is the best. and then else, but we are missing Mia. We're just gonna copy Karen's one because we need somebody else, right? And then we're gonna use Mia's ID. Replace it right here. And then we can say that Mia Patel, we get rid of the variable too. By the way, Mia is super experienced on all the meditation techniques. If we had somebody else, then it would say our professional team is ready to serve you. And then at the bottom, we will add great choice of master. See you soon. So we also could add some more details about the booking. Since I'm not gonna type them all, we're gonna come back to Bookla and steal them from our nice confirmation email template. I'm gonna keep the heading of this email because it works very nice. So coming back to our powerful Notepad email builder, we're just gonna paste that in there and see what happens. And just replace this with this. On the booking, we always say hi and the first name of the person. You are all set. Good for now, right? Let's create the email. And then we need to test. Go back home and book a class. This time I'm gonna make 3 bookings and then we'll test at the end. Hopefully all of them will be there. First we're choosing Alex. Now Karen. Finally me. They should all be there, right? Fingers crossed. Because it's very easy to make a mistake with this conditional logic. But let's check first the merchant. Okay, we have 3 emails. And then this. What we just did? No. Okay, we need to get that back. Client's email. Oh, there it is. 3 emails. Now, are they all different? Let's see. Dear Felix. First of all, the subject line. Hi Felix, you're all set. Good. Dear Felix, your booking has been confirmed. By the way, look at this. Alex has a world record on yoga meditation. He meditated the longest. Amazing. What about Karen? By the way, Karen, what else is there? By the way, Karen is the best at traditional yoga. Good for you, Karen. And what about Mia? By the way, Mia is super experienced on all deep meditation techniques, unlike Alex that has the longest. So there you go. You can see that one email worked for 3 different resources differently depending on their resource ID. And just like that, you can mix and match different services or services plus resources. You can take it to the infinite if you like. Let's get into metadata. But for that, we need to alter our plugins inside Framer. So let's go there. Here on Framer, we're going to give our component the ability to collect the metadata. So let's go to the booking page and choose our desired component. As you can see, On the right panel, it's very easy to edit any aspect of this component because we're using the Bookla plugin. So let's add a custom form. We'll call it Special Requirements. Special requirements, all correct. You need to be aware of everything that you're typing because uppercase, lowercase, spaces, all matters when it comes to metadata. So let's add one field. Let's label it the same. It will be text in this case. And then placeholder, enter value, field required, yes. And that's it. It should be working. Let's update. Now we can go and create our email template. Before we do that, let's see it is working. Flying yoga. There it is. Special requirements, enter values. So it's working. Let's go and create the template now. Back to the Bookla platform. Email notifications. Create template. So this one will be for customers. Then type booking confirm. Subject line. Hello. First name. Thanks for booking. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and keep these booking details, but we need to name our index first. We're gonna call it rec for requirements. So, first of all, bracket, $, rec, space, semicolon, equal sign, index, space, dot, meta, capital D, data, space, quotation marks. Now, a special, very careful with this part. Oops. Requirements. Quotation mark. And don't forget, bracket. Very good. Now we can continue our email. Let's say, for example, if rec bracket, then we have noted your special requirements. Which special requirements? The ones we gather at the booking. So bracket, $, bracket. And very important, don't forget to end. Bracket, end, bracket. Now let's see if it works. Seems like it's working. Let's go ahead and create one for merchants too. Merchant, event type confirm, resources all of them, recipient. New booking confirmation is good, and then we're gonna name our index first. So bracket, $, rec, meta, capital D, data, and then exclamation marks or quotation marks. I'm sorry. Special requirements, quotation marks. Now I'm gonna just name this new booking, and then at the end I'm gonna add some warning sound. bracket, if rec bracket, then special, and then a bunch of exclamation marks to make it very important. Then our special requirement itself. Bracket. And then we end it. That's it. There is a mistake. Where is the mistake? Aha, we didn't close the opening line. You see, gotta be careful with these brackets. Create template. There we go. Now, let's go and test. So this time will be flying yoga. We didn't update the site. Flying yoga. There it is. Special requirements. Helix, rest. And then I don't see very well. I am almost blind. This is a real need. Make a booking. Now, fingers crossed. Let's see what happened here. So, we have 2 bookings because we didn't disable one of them, right? But that's fine. The first one is the one with the booking that we just created. The booking confirmation. And then it says, we have noted your special requirements. I don't see very well, and I almost blind. See you soon. Very nice. So the person knows we noted the requirements. What about the staff member? Then 2 of them because we didn't change the other booking to disable. But here we go. Special requirements. I don't see very well. I am almost blind. So as you can see, we can communicate with our staff using our booking component. No need for human involvement right here. Amazing. Now, for the final act, we're gonna create the super duper email using conditional logic and metadata. Let's go ahead and build some more data together. Let's do it very quick this time. Let's go back to Framer and then change these fields. Data. And then let's get rid of all of them and then add new ones. Level. Select options. Legend. Expert. Beginner. No spaces, right? Mandatory field. Yes. Let's add another one. Language, right? So we can also have multiple language. Option. English. Spanish. And Dutch. Why not, right? And that should be it for now. Now we need to build an email using all these conditions, but don't worry, I will build it and then show you how it works. Give me 1 second. So back in Bookla platform, let me show you what I just built. Client's email, and we have this very long email. Of course, it's going to be very long, right? So what I did in the subject line, I added metadata and conditions. If Spanish, then Spanish subject line. If English, then English subject line, based on the metadata we collected. Now, for the body of the email, I did the same. If English, then the body of the email in English, and then if legend, some text, if beginner, another text, and the same with every single language. As you can see, it's very long, but with the help of AI, you could build this thing in seconds. Save changes. And moment of truth. Let's go and test. Let's go and book our flying yoga. Whew, I'm scared, I'm nervous, to be honest. Will it work? Of course it will work. Level of expertise. So let's make legend and español. Make a booking. Let's make another booking. So a little different, so we can see how it behaves. Not traditional flying yoga for fixed date. And then let's choose beginner and the language Dutch. Believe me, if you speak Dutch, please leave me down here in the comments if all the text is correct. Make another booking. So let's go and see how it works. I already see that I have 2 emails. The first one, it says, "De bestelling van je working." Excuse my German. And the other one says, "Confirmación de tu reserva." So far, subject line is perfect. Let's open up this one because I understand. Tu reserva ha sido confirmada. Your booking has been confirmed. And then it has details, service, instructor, date, hour, and it says, como tienes un nivel leyenda, puedes quedarte después de la clase para practicar más con Karen Smith. So since you have a legend level, you can stay after class to practice with Karen Smith. Thanks for coming. See you soon. Regards, Yoga Studio in Spanish. What about the next one? This one I'm not gonna try to read, but like I said, if you speak German, you get the idea. Let's make one last one in English so we can all see how it behaves. English one. I guess I was saving the best for last because otherwise you would have just stopped the video right here, right? So beginner, English, and make a booking. No, not this one. We don't care about the merchant right now. I mean, we do care. But... Hi Felix, your booking has been confirmed. Booking details, service, instructor, date. Since you're a beginner, please arrive 20 minutes before class so we can go over safety instructions. Thanks. See you soon. Regards, Yoga Studio. So if you're a legend, if you're a beginner, if you speak Dutch, if you speak Spanish, whatever you do, we can customize and we can build. Don't be afraid if you don't know how to build all these complex things. If you want to do it, just drop a comment here and somebody from the team will reach out to you and we will just guide you through the whole process. There you have it, guys. That's all for today. We covered fully the email notifications plugin. Thanks a lot for staying because we did send a lot of emails. But I promise you were gonna become an expert in email notifications, didn't I? If you found this content interesting or useful, let us know by liking this video. If you have any doubts or comments, drop a comment down here. And if you know anybody that might need this type of information, don't hesitate to share this video with them. Please. And don't forget to subscribe to the Bookla channel so you can stay up to date with the latest releases. I did enjoy making this video for you guys, so thanks one more time and see you next time. Bye.